Every trader I've met, including myself, has gone through the exact same cycle. You find a strategy, it works for a bit, then you break a rule, you lose money, and then you go looking for a new strategy. And then you do it again and again. And after 16 years of trading, starting with about $6,000 and turning that into multiple 8 figures, I can tell you with full confidence, the strategy was never the problem. The thing that separates traders who make it from traders who keep blowing up has nothing to do with indicators, patterns, or what course you bought. It's one thing, and once you understand it, trading actually gets simple. Section 1, the cycle nobody escapes. Let's talk about the cycle, because every single trader goes through this. You find a setup, maybe it's breakouts, maybe it's support and resistance, maybe it's options flow. You start following it, you get a few wins, now you feel confident, then one trade goes against you. And instead of just taking the loss, you hesitate. You move your stop and then you add to the position. Now the loss gets bigger, now you're emotional. Now you take another trade trying to make it back. And before you know it, you've given everything back. So what do? You blame the strategy. You say, this doesn't work, and you go looking for something new. And then you repeat the entire cycle. I've seen this hundreds of times in my own trading early on and with people I've worked with. And here's the truth most people don't want to hear. You don't have a strategy problem. You have a you problem. And until you understand that, nothing changes. Section 2, your brain is working against you. Now let's go deeper. Why does this happen? Why do smart people who know what they're supposed to do still lose money? It's because your brain is wired to lose in trading. Your brain is designed for survival, not for trading. When you're in a losing trade, your brain goes into threat mode, fight or flight. Now you're not thinking logically anymore. You're just reacting. And that's when you start moving your stop, you average down, you hold a loser way too long. And here's the part that messes people up. A $500 loss hurts way more than a $500 gain feels good. That's how your brain's wired. Now flip it. You're in a winning trade. What does your brain do? It says take it now. Lock it in before it disappears. So you cut your winners early. What ends up happening? You let your losers run and you cut your winners short. Exactly the opposite of what works. And this is not because you're weak. Every trader deals with this. Your brain doesn't care about your plan. It cares about avoiding pain. Section 3, the gap nobody talks about. Now here's where most people get stuck. You know what to do. You know you shouldn't revenge trade. You know you should respect your stop. And you know you should wait for setups. But you still don't do it. Why? Because knowing and doing are two completely different skills. Most trading advice is useless here. People say just be disciplined. That doesn't help. Because discipline based on willpower doesn't last. You can force yourself for a few trades, but eventually you break. The real problem is you don't have a system for handling your emotions. You have a strategy for entries, but no strategy for what happens when you're in a trade. That moment when price moves against you, when you feel that pressure, that's where most traders lose. And this is where a lot of people quit. They think, maybe I'm just not cut out for this. That's not true. You haven't fixed the real problem yet. Section 4, what mastery actually looks like. Now let's talk about what this looks like when it actually clicks, because this is not what people expect. Mastery in trading is boring. It's sitting there for hours waiting for one setup. It's looking at the market and saying, there's nothing here today, and closing your charts. It's taking one good trade and being done for the day. The struggling trader takes 10 to 15 trades a day. The consistent trader takes 1 to 3, sometimes none. The struggling trader is constantly stressed, watching every single tick. The consistent trader is calm because they trust the process. I've seen this over and over again. The traders that finally break through all say the same thing. It got boring, and that's when it started working. That's the shift. Section 5, from gambler to operator. Now here's the real transformation. You have to go from being a gambler to being an operator. A gambler looks for excitement. It wants action. It measures success by money. An operator looks for execution, waits for setups, and measures success by process. This is a completely different mindset. Let me give you something tangible here. Start journaling your trades, not just entries and exits, but what you felt before the trade, during the trade, and then after the trade. Start reviewing your days based on process, not P&L. Did you follow your plan? Did you wait for your levels? Did you size correctly? That's a good day, even if you lost money. Now, let's talk about risk, because this ties directly into psychology. If you're risking too much, every trade feels like life or death. That's why you panic. That's why you break rules. But if you size properly, if you're truly okay with the loss, everything changes. You become calmer, more patient, more consistent. That's not strategy, that's psychology through risk management. Section 6, what the other side actually feels like. Now, let me tell you what nobody talks about. the other side of trading. It's quiet. It's not excitement. It's not chasing. It's confidence. It's knowing your levels, taking your setups, and then going about your day. It's being okay not trading. That's real freedom. That's how you actually build an account. It's not from one big trade, but from consistency over time. Every breakthrough I've had in trading was not from a new strategy. It was from fixing this. Once you master psychology, you master trading. Now that you understand what's actually holding you back, the next step is getting sharp with execution. So click into this next video right here because I break down exactly how I find my trades every day, the levels, the framework, the real process behind it. I'll see you there.